Welcome back to Lady May Permaculture. In today's video, I'm going to showcase how far the container has come along in the past year. Starting with a recap of what it looked like a little while ago. This is before we had siding put up, and this is before we had any subflooring or stairs inside of this kitchen area where a loft to be up above. We have yet to put any rafters for the outside roofing, but this is the kitchen. Here is the outside of the container looking at a beautiful sunset and what it looked like just before we started doing additional work on it, so you can have an idea of the progression. In a while you'll see what it looked like when the container was sitting there by itself, along with my daughter's cabin, which we will be showing the porch with a built-in bench that we added to it as well. You can see we dried in the area, and here you can see all of our sliding glass doors.
Carly Jean on the tractor.
And we did a lot of clearing and getting the land a lot more usable. This is a 20-acre densely planted pine forest. The trees are, I'm a guess, about 6 to 7 years old, and we needed to do a lot of underbrush clearing in order to be able to walk around between our home and the cabin down below. Past the cabin is our creek area. Beautiful water. It's part of the reason I fell in love with this property. And I oftentimes like to stroll through, dip my toes into the creek, and enjoy some of the beautiful moss that is in this area. We did a lot of work clearing, like I said, and we have some new puppies as well as some peach trees. We're constantly planting as we're building. You can see sometimes we have crews come in to give us a lending hand and help us complete some projects. We finally got some of the siding up, and now my husband is finishing off some of that work on his own. You can see the exposed blue and cream container from this view, and that would be looking out the back of the kitchen. Here will be living space going into our bedroom, and later it will be separated by a closet which will have a sliding entrance door, like a pocket door. Enjoying the view out these windows. When the outside container doors are open, it is a lot more light allowed inside, and when they're closed for intimate weather, since we're in a hurricane area, that protects us from the inside. You see we did a little bit more work indoors. There's my husband up there doing some finishing work. Hi, Nate. Xavier checking out the corn. And you can see Carly's cabin there in the background. So I'm just taking a look around and just documenting at this point some of the progress we have. Getting some of the finishing trim pieces on. Now everything has been fully trimmed out, and this is what it was like before. My daughter's standing in the loft of the kitchen, just showing the size of that area. And again, a reminder of what it looked like before we finished it out, when we only had the roof finished at that point. And before we did any of that, this is what it looked like when it was just a cream container there. Now we're going to check out the night view of our bathhouse. This bathhouse is located near the creek area so that there's an accessible area to change clothes, spray down dogs, go to the bathroom, etc. without having to go all the way up the hill to where the container home or the cabin are. The bathhouse is slightly behind the cabin, so pretty close to it. But it allows us a lot of freedom to not have to walk very far if we need to use the restroom while we are down enjoying the creek. Which Xavier very much enjoys the creek. My son waving. As you can tell, this was around Christmas time. And we were just finishing putting in some of these doors. This will be the bathroom and laundry room.
Yeah. Actually, it's called Stranger.
The interior of the blue container is much more beat up. It was not a one-tripper like the cream container, which is why our living space and bed space is in the cream container. Yona enjoying it. So here's Carly's cabin again, just for reference, before we added the deck. Yes, it's messy, but we were pulling out the doors and installing a nice door on the front of it for her.
The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion.
Tell it to you straight. I'm going to tell you the truth. Our darkest days are ahead of us, not behind us. And now's the time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there. Let's clap for that, you stupid bastard.
This will be the time because you really need world order, financial world order.
This alternative vision argues that ordinary men and women are too small-minded to govern their own affairs. That order and progress can only come when individuals surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign.
We are here to develop the great
Now we have made it to the 2024 solar eclipse. My children painted while we viewed the eclipse from our property. One of the things that we enjoy is whether or not the house is ready or not, that doesn't stop us from completely enjoying the land itself. So the day before they decided to do additional work on the outside of the container, I stopped by because oftentimes I'm at work and not there whenever work's being completed, so I have no idea what things look like. I got to see a little bit of what they were doing with the porch on Carly's cabin, as well as document a little bit of what happened before the crew come in and assisted us on the rest of the task. I love the built-in bench overlooking the garden area. I think it's going to look fantastic once we hedge it out. and put some bushes around it, maybe some stools for a walk-up bar seating. This is the stairs that are inside of our kitchen before they were boxed out.
That's why you need to put a handle on this.
And I was wanting to get a lot of footage because I know later down the line this is going to be something that I'm looking forward to seeing. It's the next day and the crew has arrived to assist my husband in putting up rafters. This is going to complete the ability for us to walk between the cream container and the kitchen without getting wet when it's raining, and having a covered area for entertainment. You can see the closet has been put up with our pocket door accessibility there. This will be our sleeping area. It will not be set up the way it appears right now, but they had done a little overnight camping there. So this closet will separate our bedding from our living zone. When we're entertaining, that will be closed off, so you can walk out this door under this covered area and then into the kitchen area. Once that is completed, there will be a hidden door in the kitchen to allow us accessibility to our bedroom when we're not doing any entertaining. And when we are, it will be completely hidden, so nobody accidentally goes into our room. Now the stairs have been boxed out and the boys have got all the rafters up. I'm going to show you a few photos of what it looked like at the end of their day. And then I'll be back to update you on the next part of the progression. There is no timeline. We're doing this as we go. So if you have questions and you are thinking that you can't do it, you can. Just ask for help along the way and take your time. Nothing's out of reach. We'll see you next time.